Mr. Rants, coming at you from the English closet, and today we're going to be going over my infographics. The first infographic is going to be America's Future Depends on Gifted Students, and it was by Frederick M. Hess. His claim is that the future rides on the 21st century, so the kids growing up now, obviously, it rides on their shoulders. So he says that if we get rid of gifted programs, then we're doing a disservice. He states, "The students with special gifts may be those most likely to one day develop miraculous cures, produce inspiring works, invent technological marvels, and improve the lives of all Americans. Insisting that children will be fine if we cut these programs is a disservice to these children and a horrific waste of an invaluable natural resource." In a record done by Steve Farkas and Ann Duffett, they found that teachers feel pressured to focus their attention on the lowest achieving students, with 81% saying that students are more likely to get one-on-one attention. In 2002, we were allowed $11.25 million for federal K-12 spending. And now in 2014, we only were allowed $5 million. That's less than 1/10 of the federal 2K spending that year. Not 2K, K-12, hate my life, it's fine, keep going. Now, gifted children have been neglected in a well-intended monomatical push to raise the struggling students' reading and math scores. On to the next article. Say hello to Cameron.
Hello to Cameron.
We Need Quality Education for All Students by Derek Hamilton. Now my thing is going to be stupid. Okay. Now, Du Bois says that a mixed school with poor and unsympathetic teachers and hostile opinion is bad, and a segregated school with inadequate equipment, poor salaries, and wretched housing is equally as bad. So where do we meet in the middle? Where do we find the compromise? There's a case study demonstrating that low-achieving students perform better, and high-achieving students perform no worse when all students are exposed to high-level curriculum. The New York State Regents pass rate rose from 32% for Black and Latino students and 88% for white and Asian students to 92% and 98% respectively. And in closing, he says, there's nothing magically or inherently good or bad about exposing black children to white children, and what is crucial is exposing every child to a high-quality curriculum. So basically, he says that he doesn't agree with gifted programs because he thinks that everyone needs to be exposed to the same thing because no one's being harmed by that. So this next one is called Checking Students' by Ability Produces Results by Bruce Sacerdote. He says that we found students benefit from their peers, but the peer effects disappear if the group compromises the highest ability and lowest ability cadets. They discovered that high ability students benefit the most from the high ability peers. Researchers found that grouping students into classrooms based on prior achievement benefits all students. Research still suggests that the marginal student admitted to gifted programs does not see increased test scores. While students are accepted by lottery into gifted programs, they have higher science scores. So basically what he says is we should have gifted programs, but it should basically be like a random draw or lottery to see who gets in. And that high ability people should be grouped with high ability people. Why Geniuses Don't Need Gifted Education by Jay Matthews.
Sorry. It's like tilted up. You can't even see.
Stanford psychologist Lewin Thurman did a famous study called the Genetic Studies of Genius Projects. That concluded that intellect and achievement are far from perfectly correlated. A lot of our gifted programs at the moment don't add much. What those children get in the occasional pull-out class is likely to be less interesting to them than their own parents' bookcases, kitchens, the local library, and the internet. Geniuses like Warren Buffett and Brian Wilson went to regular schools. Potential geniuses are getting just as much useful stimulation in, say, regular high school as they are getting from high-up schools like Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology. And then I took a note that paragraph 5 is a great story for supporting gifted education that I'll probably use to support my article. And he says, in conclusion, that geniuses are made mostly by themselves. All schools can do is give them what they ask for and get out of the way. So he says, obviously, he doesn't agree that we need gifted education. He says that the gifted students are going to deal with what they have and become geniuses themselves, that they don't need that extra stimulation. And that's going to be it. Thanks for watching.